Hi, Arthur. Hope you're doing okay. Thought I'd just do a short video. I'm at the downtown public library in Fort Collins, and they've remodeled, so it's like this is a room I haven't been in. But thought I'd give you a little view of where you are. I just wanted to talk with you for a few minutes. Let me set you up over here. So many things are going on, and it's kind of hard to talk to a camera, and I feel a little conspicuous because it echoes in here. But anyways, I'm just going to chat. I know you're going through a lot, and I feel like a million things are happening, and a million things in my head too. And so each day I just try to appreciate that day and what it is that I'm supposed to learn, and I guess that's what you do too. And I know that each of your days are filled with thoughts and experiences, and I'm so glad we keep in touch, and so I really do want to keep doing that, even though it seems like really hard. If you don't want to, of course you can cut it off or whatever, but I just try to be as honest as I can. I want to share this thing that I'm seeing, and I think it's like really playing out. Like maybe there's some real sense of organization in the spiritual sense for my understanding. It's not just the same old Christianity or the same old hierarchy of religion exactly. So, can you see this? I have a felt tip pen, so hopefully you can see it. All right, I was kind of saying that I was able to put angels in with Einstein's equation. And so Einstein's equation is equals mc squared. And basically that's saying that mass or matter is anything that has mass and occupies space times light equals this energy. And I'd like to say that I think the energy is like, if you think of it as spirit, that living energy is spirit. Okay, so this is his equation, but what we usually see is the other way around. What we usually see is mc squared equals E, because if it's true that, this is the right equation, then when we fell, we stopped looking at the E, and we started looking at this mc squared. And so it's like this battle between light and darkness here. So this the mc squared is like always hidden within the E if you're looking at that. So it's kind of like if you have maybe the eyes of heaven or something, you don't just see the mc squared, you see the E. But because we don't comprehend what the E really is, it's supposed to be sort of this melding of the two, a synergy of the two, then there's like this battle. And you could say that the M represents what's like the animal, and light, of course, represents light, and I would say law. And so then I expanded it a little bit, where if you have energy on one side, well, what do you have on the other side, or the dark side? And so then I put a big M over here. And so there's like this tug of war between the two, that the closer you get to this M, which is the closer to the animal or closer to the flesh without spirit, the more it is full of cruelty and self-pity and darkness. You know, you can make a list. I was thinking of in the Old Testament how when God was trying to bring the children of Israel out of Egypt, and it said the Pharaoh kept hardening his heart, you know, and he wouldn't let the people go, and then he made them make bricks without straw. It's like this concept, this hell, is work without the ability to do it, essentially, sort of this expectation of work without ability. But if you look in any physics book, you'll see that energy is the ability to do work. And like the Bible says, we were created for good works. So this energy is like the ability to do work. But I think because it's wrapped up in love, that it's very different from this, you know, the coercion to work. And so if the way that I include the spiritual realm is to think in terms of if there are angels and demons working that we don't really perceive. So over here, I don't know if you can see it, but the demons are in this realm because they are not spirit motivated anymore. They're flesh motivated, or anti-God. But the demons, it's like there's a bit of a crossover. The demons will come up into the light just enough to try to pull you down. And then, of course, there's, on this side, angels. And the angels will go to the flesh because flesh is made of God. We are made of flesh, and that's okay. But the angels won't go all the way to the demonic. They, you know, once we've been separated, once we are condemned, and we have given over to the dark, then I'm not saying one way or another, but there would have to be something to actually go there to get you out. But the angels are working on our behalf because they want to see the equation resolved. And the demons actually just want to separate the two. And being separated is very, very terrible. What I usually think, and I think it's kind of true, that the male tends to the flesh. So the male is more pulled to the dark side, and he wants to pull the woman over to the flesh, sexual appetites or addictions and that kind of thing. The woman typically is more prone to the spirit or love, so she's always trying to pull more toward the light. So there's this tug of war going on, and of course, once we can mature, we can all mature past the initial addictions and ignorances, because light, of course, means more knowledge, and we have to come to some concept of what the E actually represents in knowledge to totally separate the equation from the demonic. I hope that makes sense, and I'm sure I'm leaving stuff out. I don't know. But anyways, that's the first glance at that. And I think it's really cool because this is like this living thing that's happening in all of our world right now. I see it sort of like this dynamic, this ebb and flow kind of thing. And every person contributes to the final outcome. And it's just really interesting to think about. And so my camera didn't shut off, it's still going. I just want to say how much you mean to me, and I think of you all the time, and